I had just 24 hours to make a YouTube intro for a client. The client owns a recruiting company in Australia. I was provided with a PDF that contains what the company is about. It also contains a few designs, but these are flat images. Budget was $30. No pre-made assets, no further instructions, and here is how I turned this information into this stunning YouTube intro. So firstly, what I did was to go through the company's PDF and understand as much as I can. I just couldn't get the hang of what to do next, so I just went to ChatGPT and it just like gave me an idea of what to do. The next thing, I also went to Pinterest to get a bit of ideas on what constructions and all this type of logistics companies intro would look like. So I get a bit of inspiration, but I was not stickly on what to do. So without wasting time, I just jumped into my Canva to extract the logos which I'll be animating one by one. The next thing I did was to open Alight Motion and started to create the background. As soon as I was done with the background, I imported the elements I separated from Canva. I imported the logos and the little pieces of elements which was attached together. After which I imported these elements and put them together, I also add a text to the name of the company, which is Skilled Workers, and their slogan and or their tagline. Then I begin to animate the elements. At this point, I realized I have not added the background music, which I went over to add right away. As soon as I was done, the final result was beginning to look like this. So the next thing was to transition to the next phase. So I had an idea of just making the big logo and expanding it to fill the screen to make a transition to the second scene, which was what I did. Immediately after creating the transition, I wanted the viewers to get a hang of what the company is about at first glance. So I went over to add the stock footages I got from Pinterest. I add one that illustrates construction, I added one that illustrates manufacturing, and the other that illustrates logistics. So I made these stock footages a few seconds after each other, and I also added a text overlay just to simplify it for everyone. So by doing this, viewers are going to understand that these are the type of talents that these companies are recruiting. After I did that, the next step was to illustrate where these companies are recruiting from. I wanted to make a animation, but due to the fact that I don't have enough time, the turnaround time was 24 hours. So I went over to import a stock footage, a ready-made animation that illustrates like a plane traveling around, just to illustrate the point, and add the logos of the company, then with a caption under it that illustrates they recruit worldwide, they recruit global talent. As soon as I did that transition, that's going to bring the logo again, so I thought of waiting for the plane to make an orbit. Then as soon as it's complete, I'm going to make a cycle pop off, then it's going to cover the screen and make the transition. So I did that, and after doing so, I brought the company logos again, I make it animated. So I had to copy the ones I made before. I just copied the layers in Alight Motion, then I pasted it, and just as soon as it was animated, I add the subscribe animation. So it is already made, so I just added it, and then after that I also made a transition that is going to wipe off the screen and transition it into the video which is about to be played. So for the transition, I had to use an arrow, so I made the edges a color in the logo, then the main color is white, so I animated it to move across the screen. Then as soon as I just played around with keyframe to make it wipe off as soon as it appears. So at this point I was done with the video, but I got a revision from the client. I was told to add a scene immediately after the airplane animation stuff to illustrate that these are the companies they are recruiting for. So I went over and then just adjust the layers. I moved the layers forward, like the last layer, the second to the last, I moved them forward, I extended them and created a few seconds in between. So I just like as soon as the orbit was completed, I made it go another round again. Then I shifted the transition as well, so I just like add the text like the UAE, the America, United States. I just add the company, and I also add the location icon to just make it understandable for the viewer. I also wrote a text under it, recruiting for international countries. After this, I sent it to the client, and the client was happy, and boom, that was how I was able to make this wonderful intro animation for my client's YouTube. So if you want me to do more breakdown like this or more case studies like this, be sure to subscribe to my channel Bolu Visuals, and I'll see you on the next one.